ton.
I know. I'm very excited, actually. Oh, I should probably.
I'm excited. Get some
I
coffee.
need to find.
Pad of
I
paper.
need to get. Yeah, I need to get a pen and paper. Now, let's see. If I was a pen, where would I be?
Well, I have
I found a
mine.
pencil. That's fine.
That's fine. I'm going to take a moment to share while you're looking for supplies.
I found some supplies for you.
Well, never mind.
Okay.
I'm still going to share.
I'm going
Just that
to.
my connection is weak.
Um. Let me see. Hold on.
Well, then, taking my phone off of the Wi-Fi.
I just checked to see if my phone was off the Wi-Fi, and it is.
What?
And all of the children are downstairs being assholes and not to each other, wrestling and things. Can you hear them?
I can hear them
Yep.
beating each other up.
Yep, they
Well,
are.
hi, Chanda. I'm going to look for my live stream to share.
Same. I'm gonna share as well.
We're doing Merry Almost Christmas, and we need to make money live.
Yes, we are. We have
And,
bills to pay, and
and it's last minute Christmas.
yes.
Okay. Share to group. Boop, 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 boop.
Where are we at?
And copy.
Everybody,
Oh,
share if you're kind.
hello, Allison. Come on in. How lovely.
Boop. Share. Feed.
Boop. Boop. You're putting in the group.
Yeah, I will put it in the group. Group.
Oh, boop.
Share.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Well, here we are. And tonight we are going to do some readings. The minimum donation is $10. I'm wonderful. We went out into the cold today.
Yes, we did. It was horrible.
It
It was
was brisk.
very cold.
It was very brisk. Yes. Stings your face a little bit.
Yes, it does.
But it's not as terrible as it was yesterday. It was colder, I feel.
I didn't go outside yesterday, did I? No.
Oh, I did. It was not fun. It's only, well, it's a little colder than it was. It's a -11. But
Sounds
hey,
like my children are going to come through the wall.
yeah, that's always what it sounds like until they fall asleep. God love them.
Lord love them.
God bless their little hearts. Hi, Wendy. It's good to Merry Christmas, everybody. We are doing donation readings tonight. Minimum donation is $10, so we would each get $5 of that. And we're only going to be on here for like an hour or so. So if you want to get a reading with us, go ahead and send your donation real quick, okay? And then also, for every donation reading that you buy tonight, you will get one entry into the December 31st drawing, where I'm giving away a 1-hour reading valued at $120. So that's going to be an extra special bonus for all of you. How lovely.
That is very lovely, Tran.
Yes, well, you know, I'm a giver.
You really are.
I am. I can't help it. I can't help it. I try. I try to be a taker, but Lord, it just makes me feel bad. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So if you have a donation, please let in the comments. I got a nice fresh cup of coffee with my 1-cup grind and brew system, and it's lovely.
Delicious.
I mean, I like it. You know, I do have the coffee maker that has a carafe that keeps my coffee 2 hours when I make it, and that's fine. But there's nothing like a coffee. Hi, Misty. Donations are $10. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Is that on PayPal? There you are.
Chandra, thank you.
So let's. Hey, I'm spelling your name wrong. Don't mind me. And writing your whole name down so you can put it on the entry into the giveaway. I did this 2 years ago, I believe. Hi, Wendy Lee. I did this.
I remember.
Yeah, it was a fun time, but I waited until midnight. Not doing that on Christmas. I mean, on New Year's Eve this year. Not staying up until midnight. Probably. But yeah.
How many cards are we doing for Chandra?
Oh, we could do 3 each if you want.
Okay.
Hi, Natalie. Come on in, guys. Minimum donation is $10. 3 cards from me and 3 cards from Ash.
And you guys can just send whatever your little hearts desire.
Minimum 3 cards. Minimum 3 cards from Ash.
Yep.
Hi, Julie. Yeah. It was raining all day here in Indiana. It switched to snow. Oh yeah. Yep. It's getting pretty gross out there. It's the little Arctic vortex they created with HARP. I mean, it's just winter.
I mean,
we needed a distraction. I mean, how about
we needed to be distracted. I mean, what do we have for Miss Chandra? Ooh,
what do we have?
Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah.
And we are using the same deck, just so you know. So
Yes,
same card for both of us, and then strong message for you. Both got same deck here. Hi, Kay. So cold in Port. Yes, it's pretty chilly here too. I was so grateful when my car started first try.
Yeah, so did mine.
Yes, of our cars.
So that was fantastic.
Hi, Shell. Oh, I don't know how to take it off, Sheldon. I don't know how to do that. I don't think
take
Facebook.
What off?
Well, it says send stars on my thing, and I didn't sign up for that program, and so if people send stars, they just go to Facebook.
Yes.
And I don't get them.
I want to say
money to Facebook.
Does it? I'm signed up for stars,
I don't want to be.
But it's because I make reels, and then my poetry page is monetized. Like I get paid for my shares and stuff like that, so it just automatically does that.
Yeah, mine. You have to say yes, I want to do this program because they hold the money for like 60 days. I read the fine print for the stars program, so they keep 30% of whatever gets sent to you, and then they hold it for 60 days, and then they give it. And that to me, I thought was just a bad deal. My Capricorn was like,
yeah, me, I was like, I'll wait 60 days, whatever. It'll show up when it's meant to. But if people were going to be like, I'll pay for a reading with stars, it's like, no.
Yeah, don't do that. Please don't send stars. Hi, Ronald. Hey, Elspeth. Yes, double the fun tonight. We thought it would be a nice surprise for all of you. Hi, Diana.
Hello, everyone.
So the minimum donation tonight is $10, and you get cards from Ash. And for $10, you'll get 3 cards from us. But if you send a large donation in the spirit of giving,
we will do more for you.
I mean, maybe we'll even do something else. I mean, who knows?
Yep.
We're nice sometimes.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes if you send more, we do like a spirit message or.
Yeah. Hi, Ashley. Taylor, not you.
Oh, I was like,
not you, a different one.
like, hi.
You got cards for her?
Yes, I do.
Well, go on then.
The first card that came out is the Queen of Cups. Okay, Chandra, and the Queen of Cups, I love her very much. She's very empathetic. She is very in tune with her emotions. What I'm feeling is this is saying you are offering empathy for not only other people, but you're also offering it for yourself, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Giving yourself grace through stressful times, being patient with yourself, things like that. The energy of everything that you give to others, you giving to yourself. The next card that I got is the Seven of Wands, and this card is telling me that you are working on those boundaries. I don't know if you've had people in your life that have taken advantage of your kindness. And maybe this has done something where you realize that you have allowed people to take care or advantage of your kindness and of your empathy because it was something that you needed to work on in yourself. And maybe that's what this is that you're finally deciding that the fact that people feel like they can do that to you is because there was something in you that you needed to work on. The Seven of Wands to me is like drawing boundaries, and it's healthy boundaries, it's upright. So this would be you finally feeling like you can say no to people, and that doesn't make you an asshole. It doesn't make you a monster. And then I always notice that there's one wand that is up further than the rest of them on this card. And it's like there might be one person that you let in a little bit more than the others that maybe you shouldn't. So I'm seeing this as like, pay attention, right? But then the next card that I got is the Ace of Wands. So I feel like you're feeling really inspired, creative, kind of like these new ideas are flooding in, and maybe this is your New Year's resolutions or things that you would like to start doing in 2023. Maybe this is you deciding in 2023 that you're no longer going to be a person that allows that one person too much access to you, or that you're going to focus on drawing those healthy boundaries with people and only allowing people in your life that reciprocate your energy and things like that. These ideas are starting to come out and be tangible for you. You want to start something new and you're feeling very inspired. You might be bringing in new energy into this new year that's about to happen. And so I love this for you, Chandra. Keep working on your boundaries and loving yourself.
Those are beautiful cards.
I love them.
I love them too. Do those resonate with you, Chandra? I have 3 other cards for her.
Ooh.
That I thought were so the Queen of Pentacles, which you have the Queen of Cups, which is her emotions and her energy, as far as her emotional energy. And mine is the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about your physical energy, your material energy, in the physical plane. Okay. The interesting thing about that is that I feel like your physical energy is always affected by the emotional energy. And so it ties kind of in with her reading and having healthier boundaries for yourself and being able to discern who's taking from you and draining you and who's contributing to the positive energy in your life, or as I like it, refilling your cup. Okay.
Right.
You are supposed to, this time right now, like I'm reminded of the conversation we had with, and you're supposed to, this time right now, trade on your creative aspect. It's really hard, not possible, but really hard creative when you're feeling sad and down. You see where I like snuck that? It's not impossible, but and you're a testament to that. You're creative when you're feeling emotions. That's usually where creative energy, all different of emotions, not just positive. But I feel like you would be in a better place in the material world, in the physical world, if you could channel your emotional energy when you do a little down with, Nine of Cups is always kind of feeling down. The wonderful thing I love about this card, there's like a gold coffers, like a chest of gold. Like, this is your material, physical energy. No, I don't want to restart my computer.
Stop telling you what to do. Damn.
And then you had the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from things that are no longer serving you, walking away from the blazing bowl of fire, which could be anyone that's draining your energy. So as far as next year is concerned, I agree with Ash. I think that it's going to be a good time for you to release people in your reality that are not contributing in a positive way, to allow yourself to have more creative energy, because right now I feel like that energy is going towards other people and not towards your best interest.
Yes, ma'am.
So Queen of Pentacles is all about feeling good within yourself, feeling stable and secure in your own body. And if you are having fluctuations of energy or mood fluctuations, especially this time of year, there's a lot going on. We understand that, but check your environment, to check and see like who's around you that could be affecting you. Ooh, I tell you, sometimes it's sneaky.
Yep.
Sometimes it's just sneaky energy. I mean, Chandra, another question, actually, could you please check, because my PayPal says that I sent you $10 and I didn't. Can you check on your end and see if it says that I sent you $10 and not sent me $10? Because mine says that I sent it to you. So I know that's not accurate. So
you're like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I did. So, but I don't have your transaction. This is Cash App. Okay, so this is the other day. I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, so it's on Cash App. I got you. I got you. That's on my other phone. That's not plugged in. Emergency alert. Oh, 1111. Oh, well, that's. Thank you. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, sorry, trying to close all this stuff so my battery won't die. Okay. Got you. Okay. You Venmo'd me. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Dragon. Look at Dragon came to say hi.
Oh my. Well, thank you, darling. Okay, so we're gonna each do. We're gonna each. We could do whatever kind of reading you do for Ronald. He sent a generous donation, so it's $25 for each of us. So, what would you like to do?
That's so nice.
He's a sweetheart. Oh, she's got the cutest little kitty. Mine's are cute and orange, but her little dragon kitty is precious.
She is very precious, and she's mean. She's very mean and very nice. See, here she is again.
You also get another entry into the Ronald. So excited for you.
It's cute, ma'am. Ma'am.
I know. I don't know why, but I know, and I'm so sorry. It's being really cruddy, and the weather, because it's extremely windy and cold outside. Windy. And I don't know if that has something to do with it. I do pay for the best possible plan just for this purpose, so it has to be an external issue. It's not. It cannot be. And I don't have anything on my Wi-Fi. Ash,
I'm not even connected to Wi-Fi.
So I don't know. But we're gonna do readings for you, okay? So if you guys are interested in getting a reading tonight, it's a $10 minimum donation. For $10, you'll get 3 cards from me. You'll get 3 cards from Ash. Of course, if you send a larger donation, you get more energy for your reading or some other kind of reading, whatever you would like. Um, and you get an entry into my drawing on December 31st for a 1 hour reading with me, which is valued at $120. So just keep that in mind. All of your donations for private readings or during the live streams will get you an entry each time into the drawing. Who do you have for Ronald?
Such an
well,
awesome.
You've never done a reading for him before, so maybe you could do anything other than the cards if you feel like it.
What does Ronald need? I feel like Ronald needs a chakra reading. Like there's some chakras that need to be realigned. Or
so are you going to read them and I'll
some energy
align
balls.
them? What are we doing?
What?
Are you going to read them and I'll align them, or what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you get that, Ronald? I'm going to see, I feel like you've got some blockages going on. And I'm going to see where those blockages are at, and then Misty will clear them for you.
I could use a chakra alignment, and I would like to know if I'm still doing the right thing with the love of my life. I was looking at the relationship deck, so I'm going to pull cards from there.
Okay.
While she's doing that.
So the reason why I said I felt like you needed a chakra alignment is because there's something going on in the root. And that's what I kept hearing. It was root, which the root chakra is all about your stability, your foundation, right? So there might be something going on in your, I don't want to say in your home. I just feel like there's something that's changing that is causing the foundation to change. I don't know if you feel like you're going to have to move, or if you're considering moving or something like that. There's some worry that a change or a decision that you make is going to change the stability in your life. And maybe there's that fear of the unknown. Maybe things were really comfortable for a little while, and you just kind of feel like it's time to make some changes. But there's some fear there that is causing you to be hesitant in making some decisions in your life. So I think the root chakra really needs some clearing, so that we can clear out some of that fear and some hesitancy that you are experiencing in your life. Because I'm seeing the Fool, and in tarot, the Fool is taking a leap of faith on something, a little bit foolhardily, but that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes taking a leap of faith is what you need to get you closer to a goal, and the fear is what is stopping you. So the root chakra really needs some cleansing. And then I'm also feeling like your solar plexus needs a little bit of healing. I don't know if you feel like you haven't been having, I don't know if you feel like you've been having not a good time. I mean, this time of year can be really uplifting for some people, and then for other people, it's really hard. The stress, the planning, missing people that are no longer with us, kind of puts in the weather, really kind of puts you in this like depressive state almost, where you don't want to leave the house. You don't want to go out with friends. You don't want to accept invitations and things like that. So you're just not having a lot of fun. I have goosebumps. And I think that what I'm seeing is an unbloomed flower. So I feel like there's something in your life that you want to bloom, and it's more of a matter of finding your passion again, and the things that light you up and make you feel excited. If there's a hobby that you have put off doing, it would be like if you love drawing, stressed over my actions and thoughts. Yes, expression. You need to be expressing this creative energy. If you draw, it would be like you stop doing that at some point. Or if you paint, you stop doing that at some point. If you write, any way that you can creatively express your feelings you haven't been doing, and we need to be doing that again. So Misty cleansing and doing all that's really going to help you cancel out some of those fears and then help you be more excited to be in your own life. So those two are the big ones that I'm feeling for you, Ronald.
I got you on my list, Elspeth. Ronald, I think it's wonderful when the energy and the messages that were received very similar. It just really amplifies the message. COVID whacked you out totally. And it's really hard once you go through something so physically and energetically depleting to get back on track. And that's totally understandable. But it is important for you to establish some type of forward momentum. Okay. Even if it's just a really small thing every day, it doesn't, but one step forward. You have to take a step forward though. You've been through the COVID and now you're on recuperation. And so that means that we need to recollect our energy and then start on a forward momentum again. As Ash was talking about, as far as your relationship is concerned, I did get the card of expression. This is about your soul expressing itself. I did feel that there was an issue in communication in your relationship because you are so worried about saying the wrong thing. You are so worried about messing it up in a way. I feel like you have such a strong attraction to this person and what I really want to say is deep yearning in your soul for this person, for this relationship, for everything to work out, that you have made yourself walk on eggshells. And it's not something that your partner is doing. It is something that you're doing because you are hesitant to say the wrong thing, to mess up, to end up back at square one, and alone again. You take it literally. Yeah. It feels to me that you need to pay more attention to the kindness card. This is being kind in your reception of what people say to you. Now, it feels to me like when you receive things from people, you're receiving it in the injured part of yourself. And this is why you take things too literally. It's not that it's just that you're receiving it in the hurt part of yourself, right? And it feels to me like that's why you're so easily offended. And it doesn't have anything to do with what they're saying. So what I want you to try and do is to try to steers to where you're receiving it in the kindest way instead of the most harsh way. Like if somebody says to me, "Oh, you decided to wear a blue sweater today," you would automatically take that as an insult, as in they don't like this blue sweater, when honestly it could be happy surprise because they never see you in blue. And so really what the cards are saying is just try to receive it in the best way possible instead of automatically going into that negative space where you feel like you have to defend. Okay, because this is what taking things too literally means. It's just you're easily triggered. Okay. And as she said, the solar plexus, this is all about strength and being fearless. And you got that right next to the card of intimacy. I truly feel like you need to be a little more saying how you feel. I think that you worry too much about how you'll be received. And I'm not saying that you need to go, grab her by the hair and throw her over your shoulder. I just feel like you need to be more assertive. And I think that she would probably appreciate that. Assertive is not a bad thing. I don't think being assertive is a bad thing.
I appreciate a little assertive energy.
And
it's because I am indecisive. So I like it when somebody is assertive and tells me what they want and tells me how they feel and is assertive with me.
I hear this is all true has happened word for word. Yeah. And I feel like your partner really wants that. I feel like she really, and I honestly feel like your relationship was brought into this part in your life to help you express or embody that more masculine energy. I feel like you've been too concerned with how people receive you, and you need to just really express how you feel, express how your soul feels to this person. Show her that you're attracted to her. Tell her, it's all wrapped up into one thing, and it's all about you, and it's all about how you move forward. Like, there's nothing going on in your relationship that should concern you more than embodying the full essence of your soul, because that is what relationships are all about. Finding somebody that you feel safe being who you are with. And it takes a lot of stripping away what wasn't okay with somebody else in the past. Mm-hmm. I have taken words wrong. She keeps telling me that. I don't understand what she is actually saying. Here's a good thing to Ronald. Okay. Do take it to the most negative. And I feel like you do. You take things very literally and negatively. That's because you have an injured soul. You have, your inner child is hurt. Okay. And so you have the part of yourself that is responding to whenever, and you take everything to mean that you need to be defensive. And that's just your inner child, your shadow that's hurt. Okay. So when she says something and you immediately feel hurt by it, why don't you tell her, express, communicate? Why don't you tell her or ask her, I take this to mean blah, 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 blah. Is that what you meant? Because that's when you're actually having a conversation. If you take thing and you're immediately offended, you might not be receiving it in the way that she intends because you're so touchy. Okay.
And it's okay to ask.
Yeah. And it's active, it's a way to improve your communication by asking your partner, is this what you meant? Because this is how I received it. And that gives them an opportunity to say yes or no. No, I didn't mean that. That's not meant at all. And then they'll tell you, but do it again. When they say, no, I meant this, and this, after a while, you'll see that you're the one that's hurting your own feelings. That's not really her. Okay.
To be honest, I feel like that would be like really healing for both of you.
Absolutely.
Because then she would understand why you were triggered because you thought she meant it that way. It will give you another way for you to communicate with her and for her to communicate with you. She might not be somebody who is really comfortable with, or who doesn't really know how to explain her feelings. And then you might be somebody who is taking things too personally, and there's a huge lack in that communication where you're not connecting.
Yeah. There's a lot of communication, and it could be that you have two different styles of communication. There's different ways to verbally communicate with somebody. It just really have to work on it. Good relationships take work every single day. They're not easy. And they're not ever supposed to be easy. Good relationships, because you're two completely different people with two completely different soul scars that come together in your lives, and you have a history without that person. And it's like integrating a whole nother personality aspect into your life. It takes work. Okay. So, and I do feel, Ronald, in case you're interested, I do offer a service called the Soul Scar Healing. It is a 1-hour reading, and that's $120. But I do feel like it would help you a lot with your inner child healing. That's really what it is, healing the inner child. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to put these guys away, and then we have Elspeth, and so she sent us both $10 because she's sweet.
Oh, Elspeth, thank you.
She's a dog. I love her.
She is very sweet.
And that gets you another, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for you right now, Ronald, as soon as I put these cards away while Ash is her stuff together. So I got Elspeth.
Well, I'm getting my shit together. What should we do for Elspeth?
Just give me a second. I got Lauren sent a donation. Lauren, where did you send it to? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate you. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
Venmo? Okay, huh? Okay. Just gonna do his chakras while you get her situated.
Okay. Are we doing cards for Elspeth?
Yeah, you can do cards for
Okay.
Elspeth.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to do 5 for Elspeth. What do we have for Elspeth? Elspeth. What do we have for Elspeth? Okay. Okay, Elspeth. I've got some cards here for you. The first card, these are the first 2 cards that came out. We've got the King of Wands, and it came out with the 3 of Swords. And what this is telling me, the 3 of Swords is some type of loss. It's coming over some type of grief, some form of grief. This doesn't necessarily have to be someone dying. It can be, or it can just be the end of a connection, the end of a job, just the end of something. This is coming to terms with this. With every loss that we endure or go through in life is an opportunity to find healing. And when it came out with this King of Wands, it was telling me that you're starting to take leadership over your healing. Like you are going to start taking the wheel and being in charge of whatever this is that you're healing from. This could even be healing past trauma. This doesn't even have to be some type of pain or anguish that you're going through right now. This can be a hurt that you've stuffed under the rug for years. But whatever this is, this King of Wands is taking control or taking leadership over your healing. So I just feel like you want to get in the driver's seat now in your life and start being in charge of how you heal. And I don't know if you have recently been doing a lot of inner self-reflection. The Hermit card is like starting to spend a lot more time with yourself and in withdrawing in a positive way, where you are taking time away from the chaos in life and actually trying to figure out what it is that you need to change in your life, the things that you need to wake up to, starting to hold a light in the dark places inside of you. Okay, I don't know if this is you deciding that you want to do shadow work or something like that, but this is this could even be you deciding that you want to go to therapy or seek a spiritual mentor or something like that, so that you can really start to get in the driver's seat of your life and take control over your healing. I feel like there was a lot of things in your life that were probably extremely draining. A job, people. I don't even feel like it was one isolated thing. I really think that there were a lot of things, little separate things in your life that were very draining. And it has you, or it's gotten you into this place where you are feeling a little bit like jaded, or where you're like, whatever. I mean, such is life, right? This just keeps happening to me. And just kind of like, if you look at her, she's just knocking her cup over with her foot. and it's just pouring down this drain. So maybe that is what has pushed you into this state where you need to acknowledge the things in your life that have hurt you and the things in your life that you need to heal. And you're starting to recognize that being a victim has never served you and that you need to get in the driver's seat. There's no reason to blame other people for your pain. There's no reason. You were hurt. You're in charge of how you heal. So you're taking charge. Whoever this is, this draining energy, I just don't feel like you want to be here anymore, that you want to heal. And then the last card that came out was the Nine of Pentacles. So this is finally getting yourself to a place where you can start enjoying the fruits of your labors. Something that you have worked really hard for is starting to come to fruition for you. This would be a seed that you planted years ago that you have waited a really long time to start actually enjoying the work that you put in. And the Nine of Pentacles is saying that you're going to be able to take the fruit off of the tree and enjoy the hard work that you put in. So I do think that all of this healing, even same, but it's okay, right? So this, I really feel like you going on this healing journey or you doing this inner self-reflection is going to start having the universe leave you these little nuggets of rewards, which is that incentive to keep you going forward. You're going to start in really enjoying this hard work that you're putting into yourself. It's going to start paying off. It's going to start feeling really good. And I kind of think you see that, like you're starting to see that. So I love that for you, Elspeth.
I hope that message resonated with you, dear. Anthony, if you'd like to know about you and your love, the minimum donation tonight is $10. You could, of course, send more to get a more in-depth reading. There's 4 different ways to make your donation in the description box. As the title says, Live Psychic Readings by Donation with Misty and Ash. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And if you do send a donation for a reading, you will get 1 entry into the drawing on December 31st, where I'm giving away a 1-hour private reading, which is valued at $120. So keep that in mind when you send your donations. Okay, Elspeth, my love. I feel like you've had a bit of anxiety. Future. The interesting thing is I see that you really want a new beginning, but I completely agree with what Ash says. Is like you've had a lot of hardships in your life, and so it just has gotten to the point where you just expect them. And you're not allowing yourself to have positive things because every time something good happens, you expect the other shoe to drop. This is a defense mechanism. This isn't actually the way life is. This is just your way of being prepared for when the hurt comes. And I think that if you were to stop using that defense mechanism, you would see that your life would change dramatically. And I don't think it would be a slow change. I think it would happen overnight, that things would, but you just really have to try really, like the same thing with Ronald, where he's like, worst case, always think of the worst case, or, so that I'm not surprised when somebody hurts me, and I just think that you have a lot of anxiety about the future. You have a lot of anxiety about what's going on in your life right now. And it's really hard to manifest a positive outcome for yourself that will continue to be positive when you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Because you can't sit there and try to be positive when you have negative things in your mind. You have to consciously choose to think positive, to be positive, to expect a positive outcome. And I think that's what my cards are telling me here. I have the 9 of Swords for you, which is you about every little thing. Here's your one positive thing that happens, and then your 10 different negative thoughts about it after it happens. Don't get used to that beautiful thing, because it's gonna go away.
Who else is like that?
It's true. She is.
that makes you feel better, Elspeth, you're not alone in that.
When you relax, someone gets you from behind. It's okay. It's a test.
Let them.
It's a test to see if you're really ready to let go of it. You know, you stop letting people affect you with their bullshit, then life really changes. That's about enlightenment right there. And right now you're trying to get there. So you're having, the universe is like, hey, beautiful thing that's going to happen for you. You just have to let go of all negative, dark thoughts that you surrounding it, and release your inability to think outside of the box, to have new ideas of the situation, to expect a different outcome. Michelle, I got you. Okay, you have to truly yourself have a different outcome. You're used to negative things happen. It's just, I got you, Michelle. You need to write a new tape for yourself. You need to just be like, oh, dude. The last few days, that's why you made a post today, like 3 more days. There's a lot of stressful things going on. We had some moon sign, the solstice, 12/21 and 12/22, 22. They're all really powerful numbers in numerology. And I just needs to just through it. We've only got a few days of this craziness, and we can all get back to normal. And
Mercury is about to go retrograde.
Yeah, we're literally getting to the top of the mountain here. It's like the last few feet, and then we're going to go downhill, and it's going to be easy breezy. Once we get into the new year. Honestly, it's a reset. So you just have to breathe. Don't let them get to you, dude. Don't let them get to you. Oh, man. It's hard, I know, but try really hard. Just be like, this is some 3D bullshit, and I ain't falling for it.
Yep, for sure.
For sure.
I kind of like that Mercury is going retrograde right before the new year, because retrograde is all about like healing and releasing things. And it's like perfect that starts the 29th. So it's like we get to start the new year out releasing, and that pulling the energy, the negative energy, and healing from things, or, things coming back up from the past that we have not healed. Right. Causes a little bit of anxiety and discomfort. And that's why people don't love retrogrades, because they're uncomfortable. But if you can all just remember that this is going to be relieving, it's like a blessing. Yep. That we get to start our year out releasing things that aren't serving us anymore. So keep that in mind, y'all.
Absolutely. It's right around the corner. Yep. Next we have Lauren Zelle, and we're each going to give her 3 cards.
Who is this for?
Lauren DeSalle.
Okay, Lauren. 3 cards for Miss Lauren. I had to plug my phone in.
Understandable.
Oh shit. We're just not charging? Is that what we're doing?
My laptop did that last week, and I was like, why? Everything is completely plugged in, and it still didn't show it as charging, and I was just so confused.
I don't appreciate this.
Oh, please share out if you're kind. We appreciate you, and Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, Lauren.
Lauren.
Well, I got 4, but it'll do. I feel like Lauren is struggling with accepting help from people. I feel like she's very separate ways. The cards, Ace of Swords in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse. It just feels to me like you have a very particular doing things. It's screaming for energy to me, but You have a very particular way of doing things that you don't want anyone to try and do your stuff because it's not going to turn out the way that you want. You have a hard time letting go of the reins, letting go of control, accepting help from people because you don't think that people can do it as well as you can do it yourself. This is a major control issue. Does this make sense to you, Lauren?
It is very Virgo energy, isn't it?
It is very Virgo energy. It is.
I mean, a little Capricorn energy, but definitely
Wow.
Virgo. That doesn't sound like something I would ever do.
Yeah.
Never.
Hi, Penny. Hi, Marcia.
Do you see my tiny dragon? She's very sleepy.
Her sleeping. She's with her little tiny feet. Her little toes. No. Let me read the book to you, dear, because sometimes this happens and it's okay. We'll see what the book has to say about this. So for the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is what this is, it says overanalyzing, getting stalled out or stuck, clouded judgment, or keeping the truth inside. I'm having trouble asking for help. Yes.
That's what the 10 of Wands is in reverse.
That's what the 10 of Wands in reverse. So overanalyzing, getting stuck, stalled out, clouded judgment, or keeping the truth inside. This is you keeping the truth inside. I'm having trouble asking for help. So what I said was that you have a very particular way of doing things, which is by yourself, for yourself, and not asking for help. And that you are closed-minded, which means you don't want to ask people for help because you feel like that makes you look very vulnerable. Okay? Which I understand. Because she did.
I was gonna say, I was like
Capricorn, and I was like, nah. But yeah. If you're having trouble asking for help, then you absolutely have to get over yourself. Because this is 100% a life lesson for you. Like, no man is an island. You cannot go through life completely independent without any, like, we're all connected. We are all, no person can get through life completely.
We're walking each other home. All of us are.
It's not possible, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So the Knight of Cups is you expressing what you're going through to somebody. You need to get it off your chest. You need to say, look, I really hate asking for help, but could you give me a ride? And I think that really is going to make you feel better. It's gonna make you feel a little more peace and harmony inside of yourself, but you honestly have to spit it out. You have to say, this is that's how I lead with anything that I don't want to do, because I'm used to doing it hard for myself and it makes me feel vulnerable. I'm like, this is very much not something I'm comfortable with, and I'm very uncomfortable with these feelings. And I absolutely am terrible at asking for help, but can you please help?
And do you think that a little bit of that could have to do with like the fear of rejection? Only because if you are like, this is really hard for me to ask, but I need your help on something, that fear of having somebody say, no, I'm not going to do that for you, is like, oh, that was really hard for me to ask and you fucking shut me down. Like, I just feel like somehow they're all a little bit related.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I miss independence. Yeah.
And part of the reason personally for myself is because, I never did have anyone there to help me with stuff early on in my life. And so I kind of had to figure shit out on my own. And it wasn't necessarily, that I would be rejected. It's just that I wasn't considered,
right.
Wasn't
right.
Ever, I didn't have like an emotional support system growing up. So I had to be my own emotional support system. So
which you can't do forever.
Right.
You
So
know, like
when you have to reach out to somebody and that makes you feel very, very vulnerable.
vulnerable.
Yes, if I put them out, I might think badly of you. Yeah. You know what? And that's just you worried about, and that honestly understand. I truly do. But one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life was to lay down my pride and ask for help. And it was at a crucial moment in my life where I had nowhere else to turn. Like literally everything was stripped away from me. And I had to step outside of my and ask for help, and supplied help to me, whatever you want to call it, supplied help to me in that moment, and gave me faith and the goodness of man. So it was a really turning point in my life, and I think maybe that's where you're at right now.
Okay. So the cards that I got, Miss Lauren, I think now this, however, let me know however this resonates for you, but I'm feeling like you are either learning the truth about a person or you are starting to learn a truth about yourself. And maybe it's this moment where you were just told that you need to allow yourself to be vulnerable with people, to allow them to help you, right? But I've got the moon here, and this is about illusions coming to the surface or learning the truth about something. And I think that I think this has something to do with the way you communicate. And the reason why I say that is because we've got the Two of Cups. So this is either the way you are learning to accept that the way you communicate might not be working in your relationships, or maybe you're waking up to the idea that the way that you communicate is pushing people away. But this is something that is starting to be brought to the surface because this Two of Cups in the reverse is having a lot of miscommunication or disputes in connections. So this could be you really realizing the part that you play and why your messages aren't received well, or why you're misinterpreting the things that people are saying, or the reason why people are misinterpreting the things that you say. There's some form of communication that I really think that you're starting to see the truth in. Um, and then I think this is like what I'm really noticing with this Ace of Wands is this light bulb right here. It almost to me is feeling like this aha moment where you're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Or, oh, you know what? I was right about that person. It doesn't necessarily have to be all negative. It's more of like this moment where you're like, the truth is being shown on why there are disputes or discomforts in your connections with people. Now, whether that is you or whether that is them, this is how you use your discernment. You have to be able to accept that sometimes you might be a little harsh when you communicate your needs. You might have to accept that that if somebody says no to you, that doesn't mean they don't care about you. You have to wake up to the way that you interact with your connections. It's almost like accepting that you're not always right in communications, and also accepting that somebody else isn't always right when they're communicating with you. I just really think that you're starting to realize that I think communication could be an issue for you. People might think that you're really abrasive when you communicate. Thank you, Elspeth. So this could just be this light bulb moment in your life where you're like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about that situation and I communicated a little bit abrasively, or maybe I am pushing people away.
Hi, Krista. I got you on the list.
Hi, Krista.
Long
So
time.
does that make sense for you, Lauren? That maybe there's some
resonated with you, Lauren.
That maybe there's some communication issues.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. When it's hard to accept help, you do want to push people away. But you can't, if there's nobody around you, there's no one to help you. So we have to stop pushing people. We don't need to push people away.
Let us know if that resonated with you, dear. We have Miss Michelle Hansen. She sent us a $5 donation. So for each one, 4 cards. Yes, thank you, she said.
Okay, good, Lauren. 4 cards for Michelle?
4 cards.
Okay. 4 cards for Miss Michelle.
$11. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Tracy, the wind picks up and the Arctic shift comes in. Let me see what it's at right here because it was pretty chilly.
Dropping cards.
New moon, yeah.
Michelle.
-14 at Michelle's house.
Oh my gosh. Well, at least we're not alone.
You're gonna love to hear. Happy Christmas. Also, Lauren.
Merry Christmas, Lauren.
I hope everything turns around. I have a feeling it will. Welcome in, John.
Michelle. This is such a similar message to the one that you got for, maybe it was Elspeth, the cards that I got.
Oh, yeah?
It's very similar.
Hi, bud.
Ooh, shit.
Good 1 in the morning minus. It'll be 1 in the morning minus, probably in the teens. Oh, yeah. It's -11 here. Fun times, man. 80-mile-an-hour winds. You're not going near a door. I'm telling you, man, sometimes they fling open so hard you don't want them to break. You might be right. You might want the doors closed. All right, what you got?
Okay. So, what all the cards together are telling me is that this is what you want. I really do feel like you want to enjoy the things that you work hard for in life. Now, Pentacles cards are material resources. So this is going to be you would like to enjoy your money, and also energetic, which would be you want to be able to feel really good about the things that you have in your life, right? This is the goal. But the issue, Michelle, is I feel like you don't think you deserve it. It's that pattern or mindset, like Misty had said earlier for a previous reading, where you're waiting for that other shoe to drop. It's like you don't ever allow yourself to enjoy the things that you work for, because it's like, if I enjoy this too much, then the universe is going to take it away from me. I think that I feel like out of everybody in your life, you are your hardest critic. That's what this 2 of Cups, the miscommunication, the 2 of Cups in reverse, is the way you talk to yourself. Maybe you don't have a lot of positive people in your life, but I feel like out of everybody that you have in your life, you are the one that is the hardest on you. And I think that it's like you have gotten yourself into this cycle where you feel like perpetually you're just going to lose things you work for. So it makes it really hard for you to enjoy it because you're expecting the other shoe to drop at all times. So the universe keeps trying to shower blessings on you, and you enjoy it for a really short time, and then that fear kicks in. It's almost like you're like, I enjoy this so much, and then you start entertaining about how terrible you would feel to lose it, and then that makes you almost like mute or soften your joy. Does that make sense? It's like you're softening you're not allowing yourself full joy. You're like allowing these little bits at a time. Because you just know how much it would suck to lose these things that you love. But what happens when you do that is you stop attracting the things that you love. So you need to get out of your own way, Michelle. That's the message that I'm getting right now. You have to really accept the fact that everything that you get that is good in your life, you deserve it because you do. So you have to stop that negative self-talk. That little voice that comes up in your head that's like, are you sure you deserve that life? You know, when you're like, oh, I can't wait to buy a new car and a bigger house, and you're manifesting, and that little voice inside your head that's like, but do you deserve that though? That's when you have to step up and say, yes, I do.
It
I do
reminds
deserve that.
me a lot of like the stepsisters in the Cinderella story. You know, that's what it really reminds me of. Like, and I don't, to me, it just feels like there's been somebody in her life early on in her life that like made her feel like she does not deserve good things. She doesn't deserve to have nice things. And it's like giving, it's like you're a little kid and you have this kind of energy around you, and then you get this absolutely beautiful baby doll. But if you show how much you love this baby doll, this jealous person's going to take it away, you know? And that's really what it feels like to me. It feels
like that muted happiness.
I can't show how much I really like this, because if I do, then somebody will take it away.
Yep.
You know, and I think
this is what I was seeing.
Yeah. I think
like,
it's an irrational fear. You know, it might have been something that she probably doesn't even remember happening. And it could have been like one of those situations in a schoolyard or something where you have your favorite toy and some kid takes it and breaks it. Like it can be a very small incident in your life that causes such a huge wave and effect throughout the rest of your life if you're not aware of it. And I feel like, Michelle, that this is an irrational fear. Something was taken away from you that meant a lot to you, and it has made you afraid to love anything or enjoy anything, because it might get taken away from you completely. Here, okay? So let's just nip it in the bud here, because you deserve to have nice things. Okay.
Yes, you do.
He said, hi, Stacy. Hi, friend.
Hi, Stacy.
My cards are all about your healing. Interestingly enough, I have the Devil in Reverse, which is breaking the chains from the past, breaking the chains with toxicity, followed by the Strength card. This is you, the little lamb. I just honestly feel this Three of Swords, or the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is all about you digging into your shadow and allowing yourself to heal these deep emotional scars. Okay. And that's why I truly felt like it was something like a childhood a traumatic incident that you might not even remember. Okay. I just truly feel like it's something from so long ago that needs some light shined on it. I feel like if you were to do meditation, that you can find your way to this memory. It feels like it's kind of locked behind a door, honestly. And I think I'm really close with this whole breaking a doll or something like this. It really feels like something that happened to you when you were very young. But I want you to know that it's a safe time for you to delve into the inner psyche of mind. I feel like there's a lot of emotional stability in your life, more so than I've ever had. I know that might not seem true sometimes, but I do feel like you are doing better now than you ever have in your life, as far as dealing with the emotional, psychological connection. I don't know. I just feel like you have better ways of processing and coping with things than
like
you used to.
Tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Summer, where did you send it? Stacy, I'm fine as frog hair. How are you? We're freezing our nipples off, but it's all right.
We are freezing our nips right off.
You do remember. Okay. All right, good. So I hope it makes sense to you, and I hope that it helps you, because I think we're at a good place right now where it's a good time for you to do this. Just dive right in. That was a huge help. Wonderful. Okay, Mary, where do Cash App? Okay, great. Get you both. I'm gonna get you both. Your nipples off Tuesdays. Oh, yeah, it's rough.
We're all gonna start 2023 with no nips.
Okay, next we have Michelle Centaur. She sent $10.
Who's next?
Michelle Centaur.
So another Michelle?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
And
And
then
she sent 10.
and then Mary Lunato.
Mary.
She sent 20.
That's
And
really
then-
nice.
And then Summer sent 10.
Thank you, Summer.
And I don't have okay, Mary, I got you. Mary Bella. Mary L. That's Mary Lenato, right? Mary L. Gotcha, Mary. I got her. Krista Summer Arbogast. Summer Arbog. Okie dokie. My phone's about to die. Be right back.
Better charge there, bitch up.
I know, because I just have the Cash App on this other phone.
So the other Michelle is up right now?
Yep.
Okay, I'll start shuffling.
Okie dokie. Go in there.
All right, Miss Michelle. And you're welcome, Michelle. We appreciate you. I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Okay. We are doing Michelle Centaur, 3 cards.
Yes.
Michelle Centauri, are you here? Merry Christmas to you, ma'am. Alrighty then. Okay. Really?
Hi, Michelle. Okay. Should I
No
start screen? I got my
potentials.
cards. I got my cards ready.
Wonderful. Hello, Donna, my darling. How are you?
Hello,
Merry
Donna.
Christmas to you, dear. I got water right here.
Oh, me too. It's right here.
I got our water. It's okay. I got 2 friends.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Am I going first or you? Who's going first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Michelle, the first card that came out is the Ace of Wands, but the next card that came out was the Four of Cups. And then I also got the King of Pentacles. So, when I was looking at this card, a song lyric, and you might not be familiar with the song, but a song lyric from an NF song, I'm trying to find something in my life to feel inspired again. That's what came into my head. So I'm feeling like maybe your energy and your finances and things are where you want them. Like they're sufficient. You're feeling good about that stuff. But it's like you need a new goal or like a new something to work for or a new hobby or a new something. It's like seeking for that light to come back up so that you can bring like charisma, energy, fire back into your life. Because sometimes with people who are like action oriented people, when you get to a place of like where you're just kind of chilling, it feels like you're not doing anything. And it's almost like you're waiting for that moment in your life where you feel inspired again, like a new idea, a new goal, a new passion. So I don't know if you're trying to find a new hobby right now or something like that, but it's just this, you just want to feel inspired again. So maybe you've been at your job for a really long time or something like that, and you want like the excitement to come back. Like that excitement that we get when we start goal chasing and manifesting new things. We want that again. So maybe you're trying to start 2023 with some new ideas, some new direction, some new um, ideas and things that you want to accomplish in this new year. Because that's what this card is telling me. It's just like being bored, like general, like there's some feeling uninspired.
Hi, Janet. How you doing on YouTube, lady? Does that make sense to you, Michelle? Not to struggle no more is my goal. Hey, sister. Same.
Yes. Yeah. So maybe it's just planning, like
I
trying to find the idea.
I totally get it. And I was just telling Ash that it's like I get a little bit of a cushion and I stop trying so hard.
Yes.
And that's me self-sabotaging, and I'm aware of that. So it's like in the new year, we're setting goals for the new year. We're gonna be accountable
Be more
to ourselves
consistent
and
yeah.
try to be our best possible version of ourselves every day and not just sometimes. Okay. I got something specific about a relationship. And the reason I know stop it, internet. Okay.
Yeah. It's weird that happens right when a gust of wind comes up.
I have the King and Queen of Swords. So this is two very headstrong people dealing with each other. Okay. They're looking at each other, sizing each other up, trying to figure out how to get what they want. And then the last card that I had was literally the Page of Wands came out sideways. I feel like this is a struggle between you and somebody in your life. If you're in a romantic relationship or somebody that is very headstrong and you have a difficult time, what's the word I'm looking for? You both want to be right all the time, and neither one of you wants to bend. And it just feels like you're always trying to up each other. You're always trying to be better. And that sometimes is a good thing, healthy competition. To me, it just feels like bickering. It feels like bickering to me. I'm right and you're wrong. And then the other person's like, you're right, you're wrong, I'm right. And it just, to me, it just feels like a lot of ridiculousness, bumping heads, arguing, bickering. Really, it feels like bickering. So I don't know if you and your partner, or if you are single, if you have a child or somebody in your soul family that you're constantly butting heads with, but I feel like this is going to be a big part of 2023 for you, is learning how to deal with each other, respect each other's opinions, and not try to change each other, but accept each other for who you are. I feel like in 2023, this is definitely going to be a big part of your next year. Have fun with that. I mean, honestly, sounds like a good time. Learning and growing, right? That's what we're doing. Learning and growing. Okay, next we have Mary Bella.
Okay.
Mary Bella. She sent 20. Not fun. Well, no. And it's a lot more fun when you don't have that constant static with somebody. You know what I mean? You just need to ground and remove the static. Hello, Miss Mary. We're each going to give you 5 cards.
Yes, we are. Dragon, your little claws are digging into my pants. Stop it.
That's fun.
Mary Bella.
Okay. Calm down, cards.
Chill out, cards.
Merry Christmas to you, Miss Ma'am.
Merry
Thank you much.
Christmas.
Thank you for your donation, and you are getting an entry into the drawing on December 31st. As a reminder, guys, all of your donations get you an entry into the drawing, even if you do it every night of the week. You can also purchase entries into the drawing if you want to. I'm giving away a 1-hour reading for one person, valued at $120 on December 31st. Those entries into the drawing are $5 each. So if you want to buy 4 entries into the drawing, you can send $20 over any of my 4 payment options, and make sure you write in the notes that it is 4 entries into the drawing. Janet says, hello, Ash. She's watching on YouTube.
Hello, Janet. Hello, Janet on YouTube.
I was going to move everything over to YouTube, but I had a lot of older folks who didn't know how to navigate YouTube.
Right.
So we just stay on both until Facebook really screws us over. That'll happen, I think. You know.
Oh, okay. This is very interesting cards here. Very interesting indeed. For Miss Mary Bella. Okay. Should I start for him?
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Mary. Are you okay? I feel like there's a connection in your life that you're struggling with a little bit here. Or a situation in your life where you're feeling a little bit stuck. There's some type of a pull of staying in your comfort zone. I'm getting a lot of conflicting information here. This would be like, it's almost like this could be a connection that you're in that sometimes you feel comfortable in because it's what you've known, but it's also not what you want. Does that make sense? That's like the information that I'm being given. It's almost like I'm not miserable here, but I'm also not as happy as I could be in this connection. Whether this be a work connection, a romantic connection, a friendship. Could be a friendship. This could be with somebody that you have considered a kindred spirit, somebody that you feel very spiritually connected to in some way. It's like this person is comforting to you on some levels and uncomforting to you on other levels. But you're feeling a little bit stuck in this connection. This could be somebody that you've just known for a really long time, which makes it hard to want to step out of the connection, even if it's not serving either of you anymore. It's almost like that thing where it's like, I feel like we've outgrown each other, but we've known each other so long. I can't just walk away from it. Because we're stuck. We're stagnant in this energy. The next cards that came out is the 10 of Cups, which is like a desire for this loving, mutual, like a lot of mutual love. Your emotions are all flowing in comfortably. Everything. This is what we want when it comes to family. This is what we want when it comes to connections, is that deep emotional connection with the people that are around you. But there's something about you coming to terms with things that you need to leave behind. If this connection is not serving you, then it's something that you have to walk away from. This could be something that you're realizing, or it is something that you need to realize. Just because sometimes there doesn't need to be a falling out for you to move on from something. There doesn't have to be a real big issue. Sometimes we just outgrow people. Sometimes we just outgrow jobs. Sometimes it's just not serving you anymore. And so we need to be walking away from those things, Mary. And this could even be the idea that you have of what a perfect family looks like, or an idea of what you have a perfect in your head that you have what a perfect relationship looks like. Whatever this is that's not serving you, you need to be leaving behind, because that's what the Eight of Cups is saying. Okay? So just think about that. You're not stuck. You just might have to be making some decisions that make you a little uncomfortable. What do you got, Fran?
I literally have that.
That exact thing.
I'm not even joking with you. Judgment.
I love that.
Judgment.
Yep.
Ace of Cups. Eight of Cups in reverse. King of Wands. King of Pentacles in reverse. My cards are literally telling you that you are you're not allowing yourself to have true happiness because you're too afraid to leave what you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
That you're not willing to let go of what you have or what you've built with this person, and truly go after what will make your heart sing. Okay, but just like, hey, it's time for you to, you're in the shift. Absolutely.
Yep.
It's time for you to do the right thing by yourself. It's time to do right self. It's time to live your heart. Your head telling you, no, it's safe here. We don't have to do this. You maybe you'll never find somebody again. You might end up alone. Your head is filling you with all of these fears, like this would be a big mistake. And the universe is saying, no, it's time for you to embrace that fear and do it anyway. Like acknowledge that it's there and do it anyways. Even if your legs have to shake, walk out the metaphysical or, metaphorical door. Because true happiness is waiting for you. Boop.
Yep. And that might be a new love or a new friendship or a new,
like a relationship.
It feels a little bit like a new love.
It feels like but what this,
I mean, I've been wrong before.
I've been wrong once.
Once or twice.
It was 1987. No, just kidding.
Last time I was wrong.
Yes, there's a plethora of emotions. My son-in-law just took his own life a couple of weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Sorry to hear that. Sounds like something new is on the horizon for you. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's so very difficult, and there are so many emotions involved when we have somebody that takes their own lives, and then there's all of this guilt, and I think people just naturally feel guilty when something like that happens to a loved one. They just naturally feel like they should have done more. They should have been there. They should have noticed, been aware. They should. And if you were supposed to know, if you were supposed to do something, you would have known. Mm-hmm. You would have been aware. I honestly feel like everything happens exactly as it's supposed to, even something terrible like this.
Yep.
Which doesn't make us feel
we don't understand. Yeah, I was going to say, and sometimes we don't understand. And that's okay.
Only married for a year. Poor thing, bless her heart. That's rough. And I'm sure she's going through a really hard time. Mm-hmm. And perhaps this is a good opportunity for you and your daughter to reconnect. And I think this is a new thing for both of y'all. This is definitely somebody that you love. I feel supposed to help through this. And of course you would as a mom. I don't know. I honestly feel like it's part of your soul journey is to help her get through this. I feel like this is something you have experience with. Have you had somebody else in your life pass from suicide or pass way before their time, like an accident or something? Well, Merry Christmas to you, dear.
Merry Christmas.
It just feels like getting us a very strong feeling like you have experience with this. Next is Krista. Krista sent us 1111. Yes, your sister died. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like you have experience with this already, and and that this is part of your soul journey to help your daughter get through this. I think you're stronger together. Summer, you're right after Krista. Krista's reading is going to happen right now, and yours will be like 10 minutes.
Right after that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Krista, do you want to do 3 cards or 4 cards?
May as well do 4.
Might as well.
Yep. Krista.
Haven't seen you in a while, Krista. How have you been?
Krista. Man, I tell you what, that damn Ace of Wands wants to come out. The Ace of Wands just comes out in every reading.
Randomly?
Yeah, it's just been almost in every single one of the cards that I pulled. And I'm shuffling them. You guys can see that.
Yeah.
But it just keeps coming out. So for Krista, Ace of Wands, creative energy, creative ideas, expansion in your mind. We're trying to do something new, fresh. That's what Ace cards are all about. And this could be after a period of lack of ideas, lack of inspiration, lack of joy, feeling like life has gotten a little bit bland. And maybe this has to do with your love life. The Knight of Cups is like a Casanova, super romantic. So if you are in a relationship currently, this could be feeling like your relationship has gotten a little bit bland and we want to bring some spark new interests, new things, new hobbies to do together, new love, new positions. Hey, so, I don't know. But if you are not in a relationship, this could be like the dating world, just feeling like the dating pool's got piss in it. Misty and I were just talking about that. So this could be just feeling a little bit uninspired by a relationship you're in or the jaded that comes with looking for one. Definitely have had lack of joy in life. Yes. And I don't even necessarily feel like the 4 of Cups energy is like overwhelmingly sadness. It's almost like feeling really nothing. Boyfriend, Nate. Okay. So if things have gotten a little bit stale or stagnant in this relationship, or maybe it's just you feeling like that. Like you're like, things aren't necessarily bad. I just need something new. I want like the spark back. I want the romance back. I want the love back. Because again, I don't think this is like angry or sad. This is more feeling like we're just doing the same thing. We're doing the same things over and over again. I want to go eat at a different restaurant. I want to watch a different type of movie. I want to go out with different people, not romantically. I mean like friends wise, or maybe you do. I don't know, but you want something fresh. I just feel like this is feeling a little bit maybe bland in your relationship. That's what I have.
Does that make sense? It does make sense. Okay. I have a very similar message. However, I have the Star card in reverse. This is not exactly getting what you want out of life. Things aren't turning out the way you had hoped or dreamed. The Strength card in reverse, feeling very vulnerable. I feel like this has a lot to do with your relationship or life in general right now. I feel like there is a certain amount of anxiety that you're feeling, as far as I feel like we're having a little bit of a pattern recognition moment where we're like, oh, I've been here before. I'm very familiar with this feeling. I'm very familiar with this point in the relationship, or, like I've done this so many times with other relationships. And now it feels like I'm at the point where I need to make a decision. I need to be realistic with myself and take a look and see like how much of this is me? How much of this is the relationship, and what can I fix? What can I change? And honestly, what Ash said about, getting stuck in a routine, you've been fighting for a couple days. Yeah. Life's been a roller coaster. Yeah. This is a lot of unhappiness here, and feeling insecure in your life, feeling very vulnerable right now. And I really think that the holidays are very stressful, and I think it's more ways than one. And honestly, people are expressing that in different ways. So even if you guys don't have any for but each other, as a collective, we're all super sensitive to the energies right now. Yeah, similar patterns. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like you're like, oh crap, this I've been here before, and now this is going to happen, or now I need to make a decision about what I need to do moving forward, and it needs to be something based on what's best for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be about Nate. It has to be about you. But I would take a step back and let things cool down before you make any permanent decisions. It just feels to me like collectively, everybody is super fucking miserable right now. Like super miserable. It's hard because it's supposed to be a joyful time of year, but as a whole, everybody was already doing crappy before we all went out and spent all of our money on used materialism. But that's just the way we've been conditioned to celebrate the holidays. So it's difficult. Okay. So give it some time. Don't make any rash decisions. Do look at it objectively. Take the blindfold off and look at it objectively. Like, is this a me problem, a him problem, problem as far as financial stress, which if it's financial stress, then it could be something that we're all dealing with. I mean, we're all going through Biden inflation. We're all doing that. You don't want to just mental health. Absolutely. That happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. The more stress you're under, or you're going to struggle with that. And if your relationship is having some ups and downs, it's definitely going to make your mental health feel a little more unstable. So you just have to take all these things into consideration, but literally just take a step back, try to get into your own energy, clear out whatever it is that you're feeling, put yourself into a neutral state of mind, and then try to look at it objectively and be like, what is the cause of the problems in the relationship?
Amen.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
You're
All
welcome, love.
You're welcome so much, and you will get an entry into the drawing as well. All right, now is our last reading, Miss Summer. So we will do 3 cards each for Summer.
Okay. And then we have to feed the children.
Feed the world.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that song forever.
I know.
What do we have for Summer? What does Summer need to know?
Me and the entire human race.
I was going to say, hold on.
Don't do it.
I was about to say, if I had a lighter, and then I'm like, wait, I do.
All right, Miss Summer.
I don't have her cards yet, so if you got yours, you go right ahead. Okay.
Shuffling. Bye, Janet. We'll be gone when you get back. Have a super night.
Bye, Janet. Thank you for popping in and saying hi.
Crack-a-lackin'.
Summer, your name has me missing Summer even more.
It wasn't bad enough. And then
it wasn't bad enough. And then you pop up with your lovely summery energy, and here we are.
Here we are again. All of our cards just flew out. What a strong message. Ooh.
Interesting. Look what I got. The sun in reverse. Interesting.
Tame children and pets, you just get them weaned off food and they keel over on you. Elspeth, crazy sense of humor.
I love it so much.
From Libya, what time is it over there? We are at 6:41 p.m. on Thursday. Summer, I got 4 of Wands in reverse, which means that things aren't exactly harmonious in your life right now. And it feels like things are out of balance. Funny thing is, I hate summer and I love the winter. And I'm a Capricorn, born in January, and I hate the winter and I love the summer. So
I'm a Scorpio.
yeah,
all I'm gonna
we're
say.
both winter babies if we prefer the summer. Maybe it's just supposed to be that way. I don't really know. But with this 4 of Wands in reverse, it feels like things are off kilter. The Page of Cups, this is all about your emotions. This is you wanting to express yourself to somebody, wanting to tell somebody how you feel when you hold somebody in really high esteem. And it feels like somebody's making your stomach do somersaults. She's a summer baby, which is why they probably named you Summer.
Of course.
Hey, Whitney, how's it going? Hello, Marcy. We're about to leave.
Are you
last reading?
Summer, are you
appreciate you?
Summer, are you a Cancer?
Hi, Kathy.
I would guess you are, but you could have been born after Cancer season in July.
So the last card that I have for you is the Magician in reverse. It feels to me like this is, I'm going to say that you've done this to yourself. I feel like you're anxious about someone or something, anxious about, this could even be you having a crush on someone and not really knowing what to say. This could be not knowing how to express yourself to someone. It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. It just could be like, how do I tell my mom this news, or how do I tell my mom, or how do I tell my brother or my coworker or whatever? It's like your feelings are all jumbled up and you don't really know like how to go about fixing the situation, how to rectify it in some way. It's like everything's kind of whack in your life right now and you don't know how to fix it. What do you got?
I feel like it could be a connection. And
the
reason why I say that,
I asked briefly to see what you had, because I feel like they were connected to each other.
Yep. I feel like it's a connection that's doing this. The connection is an issue. This could be somebody that you do feel very connected to in like a spiritual way. This might be somebody that when you met them, you were like, I see you. I feel like I know you. Because the 3 of Cups is all about like kindred spirits and like special connections. This can be like girlfriends too, sisters. That this card represents a lot, but I'm feeling like it's somebody that you met and you were like, some part of me is very comforted by you. You feel very familiar to me. And this could be someone you work with. Or this could be that somebody that this could be somebody you're trying to. This might be somebody that you value. It's okay. Like somebody that you're like, it's either a work connection or somebody that you're like,
you feel some kind of strange pull to them. They make you feel butterflies in your stomach. They make you feel all like out of whack.
Yes, and out of balance, which I feel like is what this card is. It's almost like impatiency is what I'm sensing. It's like we're a little bit impatient. It's almost like maybe you recognize that this connection can bring you, yes, I work with. Okay. This could be something that you're like, oh, this connection could bring me so much joy, but why is that not happening yet? Like what is not, this is somebody that I really feel like I could work with and build a lot of joy and happiness and something that could attract a lot of abundance into my life. Why is that not happening yet? The Sun card is always the most positive card in the tarot deck, even when it's in reverse. So it's always important to know that this joy or this warmth that you feel by a person, just because it's in reverse doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. This person could just make you feel really warm about yourself. But I do sense a little bit of impatiency with wondering why we can't make this a thing. Whatever it is that you want it to be. There's like hesitancies there. which is frustrating. I feel like you need to let go of whatever you think should happen and let it unfold organically. Like, which would be telling yourself, I am open to whatever happens in this connection. If this ends up blossoming into a romantic connection, great. If this ends up blossoming into a really deep, loving friendship, great. Whatever this is, I'm open to it. Instead of trying to control how fast it happens, control when it happens, control you aren't in charge of it. Yes, stop being in charge of it. You maybe you're one of those people that's like, I like to be in charge of my life. And maybe you're one of those people where it's like, I've never had anybody. Yes, where you're like, I've never had anybody in my life not pine after me or seek me or approach me. And maybe this is what this lesson is for you, is that you need to be patient. Sometimes you just have to wait. And I know that sucks. If you have Aries energy, you don't want to wait. You want to be number one, first thought of, first sought after, first picked for the team, number one on the team. So letting that somebody else have the reins a little bit might not be something that's comfortable for you. But I think this is something that you can just let unfold organically, and you'll be really pleased with how that works out for you, because it's going to work out exactly how it is meant to, no matter how much of your hand you have in the situation. It's going to work out exactly how it's meant to. You don't have to control it.
Absolutely. Well, I hope those messages make sense to you, Summer. We miss you.
We miss you, Summer. We miss you, Summer.
I'm a Leo. I struggle with patience. A lot of fire energy, I'm telling you.
Yep, that fire energy. I get it. And Leo is like naturally, I mean, if you are a Leo sun, that's an exalted placement. Leo is at home in the sun. So maybe you're used to getting the attention. Maybe you're used to being the one that's picked, the one that's seen, the one that's chosen. And if somebody makes you feel like an option that you perceive, they're making you feel like an option, you don't like that. You're not an option.
Yeah,
you're first pick. And you want to control that, and you don't have to. People are going to see you how they see you. You're great, right? So just go be great.
Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed our live tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all of your donations.
Yes,
and remember, every donation that you made tonight gets you an entry into the drawing on December 31st. So make sure you tune into that. I will be back whenever, and Ash probably won't.
We'll be back.
What?
We're just being honest. No, I'm
just
being honest.
I'll be back maybe tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I love you all. Many blessings.